Hey everyone, hope everybody is doing well. This is our week 6 discussion question 1, talking about the video that we watched, Making Disciples, the animated video, which I thought was really insightful. It was really good, and I get the message that they're trying to communicate within that video, that focusing more so, or not putting all of our effort and focus into discipleship within the church, but outside of the church, which I think is really great. I thought that the video, if you're watching that and you don't necessarily have a full understanding of what discipleship is, it could be viewed as the church being a place that discipleship doesn't happen, which I don't necessarily think is true, and I don't think that's what they were trying to communicate. I think that's just one thing that kind of stood out to me, but I did really like this whole idea of, that discipleship happens outside of the church rather than inside. And I think that, when it comes to the church, I think that sometimes there can be more of a focus on what is happening inside rather than what is happening outside. And I think you need to find, as a church, you have to find the healthy balance between the two. And this video got me thinking about just like how personally at our church, how we teach on discipleship, and really what I just believe in general. Sorry, my ghost door is moving, but really how I think about discipleship is really been shaped by The Great Omission by Dallas Willard. This will actually be my citation for this post, and in this book, it's actually in chapter 1, so you can't really miss it, but it's a great book. Willard has some just really cool insights, and this book in particular is one of my favorites. I'm not 100% done with it yet, but just as what I've read so far, and like I said, in chapter 1 talks a lot about discipleship, and I just want to read an excerpt of this, and that I thought was really good. So here in this chapter, in chapter 1, Willard is talking about what it looks like to be a disciple, and kind of setting the foundation for that. And he says this: and if we really do intend to be like Christ, that will be obvious to every thoughtful person around us, as well as to ourselves. Of course, attitudes that define the disciple cannot be realized today by leaving family and business to accompany Jesus on his travels about the countryside, but discipleship can be made concrete by actively learning how to love our enemies, bless those who curse us, walk the second mile with an oppressor, in general, living out the gracious inward transformation of faith, hope, and love. Such acts carried out by the discipled person with grace, peace, and joy make discipleship no less tangible and shockingly today than there were those distortions of long ago. Anyone who will enter into the way can verify this, and he or she will be at the same time prove that discipleship is far from dreadful. And again, I like that excerpt of this chapter, but really the message that Willard is getting at here is that discipleship not only is about us, the disciplers, and it's about how we act. It's our whole life. It encompasses our whole life, and the way that we treat people, we love people, we interact with people, we interact with those who we don't know and we do know. And I think that that's what the video is missing, is this key piece of whether you're inside the walls of a church or you're outside the walls of the church, you as a person should not change. Your desire, your heart for Jesus, the things that Jesus is doing within your life, the transformation that is happening because of your relationship with Jesus should not change regardless of where you are. So I think fundamentally at the foundation of everything, we have to remember that discipleship is about people. It's not about the place that it's happening. And I think sometimes in our whenever churches talk about discipleship, they can really over glorify what it looks like in the situations, and it's really some really awesome stories of discipleship at work, in the corporate world, wherever it may be, and that kind of creates an idea of it's this grand moment of this conversation that you're having with a coworker in a really random place, and it like snap, all of a sudden you are discipling that person, they are following Jesus. It's awesome. that does happen, of course, and I really do think those stories happen. But I think more than anything, discipleship is a process, and one of the parts I really liked about the video is just the animation of someone laying or planting seeds. Sorry, and that's really what discipleship is it's developing relationships with people. It's showing people who Jesus is, not only but with our words, but with our actions, with our whole entire lives, our finances, the way that we interact with our family, the way that we interact with those who are not around or we don't know. And it's an overarching theme for the rest of our life. And I think that's where true discipleship happens, when other people can see that from you. And then I think naturally, because of the transformative power that Jesus has and he has on our lives as followers of him, people see that and they notice that, and maybe it's a question, or maybe it's just little side conversations here and there, and it's not this over spiritualized, overemphasized grand story. But like I said, those things do happen. So those are my thoughts. I'm interested to hear everyone else's thoughts about this. Definitely recommend this book, again, The Great Omission by Dallas Willard. Super good book. We actually were looking at some of this stuff in our class earlier, which I thought was really awesome. So I'm looking forward to wrapping this one up, getting into some of his other stuff. So hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Happy holidays. We are in that season, and hope everyone's not too stressed. But we'll see you guys later.